Deputy Lord Lieutenant, Lords, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to number 5. This is a beautiful celebration of lights. Today we come together not only to celebrate Diwali and Bandi Chhor Divas, but also to reflect on the timeless lessons of these occasions and what they bring, of freedom, resilience and hope. These festivals remind us to break free from the shackles that bind us, whether they are external obstacles or internal limitations. They teach us to bring light into the world that often feels overshadowed, a light that resides within each of us. If we nurture it with compassion and good deeds, it will illuminate not only our path, but brighten the lives of others. It fills me with great joy to see this room brimming with the supporters that understand the significance of these events. Never did I envision such an occasion being embraced by a profession often perceived as somewhat challenging to access. Yet here we are, surrounded by a diverse and inspiring community, united by purpose. I'm deeply honoured to welcome our esteemed guests of honour, the Deputy Lord Lieutenant, Mrs. Justice Leven, the presiding High Court Judge of the Midlands, Mary Pryor KC, Chair of the Criminal Bar Association, Lubna Shuja, past President of the Law Society, and finally, Her Honour Judge Nirmal Shant KC, our keynote speaker. Judge Shant has been a beacon for many of us, a trailblazer for ethnic minority women across the globe, both at the bar and now at the bench. Her dedication to the work of Sikhs in law has undertaken has been unmatched. She has judged our moots, collaborated with the Women's Forum and contributed to our Students' Forum, creating inspirational and motivational work for the next generation. In a competitive world, one that can at times feel unforgiving, what we need are gateways and not gatekeepers. Judge Shant embodies this spirit, opening doors rather than closing them. Despite the advice from her school to consider working in retail, Judge Shant went on to study law at the University of Leicester and was called to the bar in 1984. Over the next 2 decades, she prosecuted and defended cases in the Crown Courts of London, the Midlands and beyond. In 2001, she was appointed as a recorder, and in 2006 was appointed Queen's Counsel, one of the first black and minority barristers in the East Midlands to hold such a rank. In 2015, Judge Shant was appointed to the bench full-time. Now, as a recorder of Nottingham, Judge Shant has continued to exemplify a commitment to service, equality and opportunity. We are deeply honoured to have Judge Shant with us today. So without further ado, I give reflections of Diwali and Bandi Chhor in a modern legal world by Her Honour Judge Nirmal Shant KC, the Recorder of Nottingham.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Firstly, all that makes me feel very old. Can I check that you can all hear me? If you can't, just say so. Well, good evening, distinguished guests, colleagues and friends. I'm very pleased to be invited by the Sikh in Law Association and to be here with all of you today as we celebrate the Festival of Light. Diwali and Bandi Chhor, I would like to start by expressing my deepest gratitude to Sikhs in law, who despite their relatively recent establishment have made a remarkable impact in a number of areas, diversity and inclusion at all levels. I'd also like to thank you all for coming today so that we together can speak about the timeless lessons of Diwali. Diwali, as you all know, is also called Deepavali and is the Festival of Lights. And forgive me if for a moment or two I go through the history of it and the importance of it to each religion. For Hindus, the story of Diwali, as you probably know, centres on Lord Rama's return to Ayodhya after 14 years of exile, following his victory over the demon king Ravana. His journey was long and fraught with challenges, but every step Rama remained steadfast in his commitment to Dharma, the righteous path. He chose justice even when the easier path would have been expedient. It therefore symbolises for all of us the victory of Dharma over adharma, meaning light over darkness, good over evil. For Sikhs, Diwali, the festival of lights, coincides with another celebration called Bandi Chhor. This is when Sikhs remember the release from prison and return to Amritsar of the sixth Guru, Guru Har Gobind, in 1619. The name Bandi Chhor Divas means liberation of prisoners' day. According to tradition, Guru Har Gobind was released from prison in Gwalior and reached Amritsar on Diwali. And he would only agree to leave prison if 52 Hindu princes who were in prison with him could also go free. The Emperor Jahangir, I have to say that's my phone in my hand. I'm so sorry. I forgot to turn it off. I'm going to override it. So the Emperor Jahangir said that those who clung to the Guru's coat would be able to go free. This was meant to limit the number of prisoners who could be released. However, Guru Har Gobind had a coat made with 52 tassels attached to it. That ensured that every prince could leave the prison with him. And for Sikhs, this story reminds us of freedom and human rights. Jains observe this day as a day when Lord Mahavira attained nirvana, and some Buddhists in some regions also participate in the festival. So given the reasons why different religions celebrate Diwali, I want to focus for a few minutes, if you'll allow me to, on the timeless values celebrated in these festivals and what essential lessons we can learn as legal practitioners navigating the complexities of the 21st century. Because these lessons are not confined to religious or cultural celebrations. They transcend boundaries and speak to universal truths, truths that resonate deeply with the work we do in upholding justice and serving society. In a rapidly changing world where the practice of law is influenced by technology and evolving societal norms, the need for clear moral principles is more important than it ever was. And so the themes of Diwali and Bandi Chhor offer profound wisdom that we can apply to our profession. As part of the legal profession, and you all play your part in the 21st century, whether you be a practitioner representing a defendant charged with a criminal offence, or a lawyer ensuring a fair trial for somebody who is charged with a criminal offence, or an advocate who's representing a family dividing up their assets on divorce, or even a judge sentencing a defendant. In all those roles, upholding justice is the part that we play. Diwali is a celebration of the pursuit of justice. It reminds us that justice is the cornerstone for every civilized society. It was only when Ram returned from exile or Guru Har Gobind was released that justice was done. And Diwali reminds us that justice should be celebrated and valued. As legal practitioners for all of us, achieving justice today is as important as it ever was. We know that Lord Rama's life, as depicted in the Ramayana, exemplifies the highest standards of integrity. Despite facing great personal hardship, he never wavered from his moral code. Similarly, Guru Har Gobind's refusal to leave prison without securing the freedom of others underscores a deep ethical responsibility, not just to oneself, but to others as well. As legal practitioners, integrity must be at the core of everything we do. We have immense trust placed in us by society. We're trusted with all sorts of sensitive information, making critical decisions and impacting lives. Diwali is a reminder to all of us that acting with integrity is critical to doing justice. The story of Diwali is also one of overcoming obstacles. As lawyers and judges, we face obstacles all the time. Now more than ever, the legal profession faces very particular challenges. Challenges in funding, digitalisation, staff shortages, and backlogs. All of those mean that each of us face difficulties every day. The message from Diwali has a relevance to our lives even in the 21st century. It's a message that however difficult the challenge, resilience, perseverance, and hard work will win the day. Diwali reminds us that every obstacle that we've faced, we must not forget our aspiration and we must remember our achievements. These lessons, I hope, can fortify legal professionals in dealing with the difficulties they encounter every day. And the principles of Diwali also teach us to prepare ourselves for the future and not be caught off guard or be derailed when our plans and hope don't materialise. It was preparation that saw Rama and Guru Hargobind to success. And we also know and must have always at the forefront of our minds that we as lawyers and judges function in a diverse society. We live in a very diverse world, but often people find it much easier to point at what is different than what is similar amongst us. However, it's through our different backgrounds and cultures that we can learn and identify what connects us. Sometimes it's a common goal, and other times it's as simple as our humanity. Our differences provide us with a unique lens into our connectedness, and this year, more than ever, I think Diwali, a festival of light, gives us guidance into what connects us all. So as we gather to celebrate the light of Diwali and the liberation of Bandi Chhor, let us take these moments not only as celebration, but as an opportunity for reflection and renewal. The lesson and learning of these festivals are relevant today as they were centuries ago. And we must remind ourselves we have the privilege and responsibility of shaping the world around us. And by embracing these values in our professional life, we can ensure that the practice of law remains a force for good, fairness and equity in the 21st century. So I'd like to thank again all of you for being here today and allowing me to speak a little of the lessons that these festivals have for all of us in the legal profession. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you. I'd like to start by expressing gratitude to Her Honour Judge Shant for delivering such a powerful and emotive message, giving us some background on the Festival of Light. The lessons in her message, I am sure we can all take away and implement not just in our professional lives, but also in our personal lives. Judge, thank you for not only your presence, but the kind words and explanation behind the meaning of the Festival of Light. It did remind me once of a client I had long, long ago who had part of a family case ongoing. And when I explained to him that Lord Ram had stayed in a forest for 14 years with his wife, he asked me, did he not get divorced after that? Of course not, I said, and went on to explain the meaning message behind the Festival of Light. I've been asked by Number 5 Chambers, where I have been practicing from for over a quarter of a century, to say a few words about this event, which is truly historic. It's an event being held in this building, which is our new home. We have entered it in the last 6 months or so, having spent 106 years in Fountain Court, which was a few minutes' walk away from here. Our thanks go to Sikhs in law for bringing Diwali into Number 5 Chambers and the wider legal community in the Midlands. It is, after all, a celebration of light over darkness. And this is the first occasion upon which we have celebrated this historic event on such a scale within the Midlands community. It's a testament to the hard work and dedication of Sikhs in law who have put this event on for all of us. For those unfamiliar with Sikhs in Law have been a voluntary organisation and have been instrumental in promoting diversity and inclusion within the legal profession, ensuring that there is light, a light of an opportunity for everybody. And they have done that at every level, whether that's local, national, or international. Notwithstanding the name, the efforts of Sikhs in Law are not confined simply to the Sikh community. Through impactful school outreach programs in all geographical areas, they've been introducing young minds to the possibility of a career in law. Such initiatives have assisted in diluting what many see as barriers and opening the minds of younger people from all backgrounds to the modern realization that the legal profession is a working world in which hard work and talent thrives, and it's open to those with aptitude and a desire to better themselves. Sikhs in Law present a student mentorship scheme and placement opportunities that's provided invaluable support, opening doors that otherwise many would have thought would have been closed. They've worked hard to ensure that no individual feels that they're not getting a fair and proper chance of entry into the legal profession or progressing within it whilst they embark upon their careers. Through their outreach and advocacy programs, they have promoted trailblazers within the legal profession, those who came before us, ensuring that their contributions that they have made are remembered and celebrated and remain in the spotlight. I had the privilege firsthand of experiencing this when last month I was invited to deliver a small talk at a Sikhs in Law advocacy training weekend. Seeing this event, which was full to capacity with students from a diverse range of backgrounds, and speaking with the students, seeing their enthusiasm to get ahead and their hunger to learn was a good example of ensuring our profession remains open to all. Watching students step into the shoes of barristers, practicing advocacy, or as we say, just simply having a go, was illuminating. But it's not just the students, as I say. Sikhs in Law has also been working hard to elevate practitioners and professionals at all levels within the legal profession. I had the great pleasure earlier this year to view the Baldip Singh Moot, named after the UK's first Sikh judge, a competition that rapidly has become a highlight of the legal calendar. I watched, as I'm sure many associated with Sikhs in Law did, as Her Honour Judge Shant sat as a judge, putting students through their paces, an invaluable experience for them and something entirely fulfilling. The light that truly shines about Sikhs in Law is, however, their openness and commitment to embracing and assisting persons of all faiths and backgrounds. Just by way of illustration, last November, Lord Justice Baldip Singh was leading a procession in lighting the candle of peace at the Society of the Inner Temple. The procession, which his lordship led, included members of the legal profession from a multitude of faith groups. That image, a Sikh judge lighting a candle of peace in a forum filled with lawyers from all backgrounds, was powerfully symbolic. Symbolic of the inclusivity, mutual respect and collaborations that this organisation fosters. The legal profession can feel exclusive and distant, and it can feel exclusive and distant, not only for those who are trying to enter the profession, but it can feel distant and exclusive for those who are seeking its services. Events such as this have done their part to consign the old boys network to the waste bin of history. The feeling that you had to know somebody who knew somebody to even get a foot in the door is evaporating into the darkness. Sikhs in Law has been instrumental in contributing to that evaporation. They have shined a light in creating opportunities for students, practitioners, as well as judges, demonstrating that there's room at the table for everybody who has an aptitude for hard work and to learn. And that there is room at the table for everybody, regardless of background or faith, and all can contribute to something valuable to our collective progress as a profession. That pursuit of inclusivity isn't just about opening doors, it's about ensuring that when hard-working people walk through those open doors, that they continue to walk and progress up the career ladder to better things by following the leading lights, in the hope of bettering themselves and thereby the profession and ultimately the rule of law. So we come together this evening to celebrate the Festival of Lights, Diwali and Bandi, Chhor, Divas, and let us celebrate the ongoing work of Sikhs in Law and the broader message they champion. Let us celebrate light over darkness. Let us celebrate brightness of equality of opportunity. And let us continue to shine a light upon pioneers and trailblazers in the legal profession, who I am happy to say have attended, some of whom have attended today. I now invite a trailblazer, the first Asian female resident judge in Nottingham, Her Honour Judge Nirmal Shant, to light the Divas, to mark this occasion and to light it with others.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਦਾ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਉਦਮ ਉਪਰਾਲਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਦਾਸ ਦੇ ਜਥੇ ਨੂੰ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਦਾ ਮੌਕਾ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਹੈ। ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਨੂੰ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖ ਕੇ ਹਰ ਜਸ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਸਰਵਣ ਕਰੋ ਜੀ ਤੇ ਦਾਸਾਂ ਦੇ ਜਥੇ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਸਾਂ ਬਖਸ਼ੋ ਜੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
Rab
है करना निद और न मांगत हो तुम ते कछ और न मांगत हो तुम ते कछ चाहत हो चाहत हो चाहत हो चित में चित में चित में सोई चाहत हो चित में सोई की जय हे रब हे सास है करना निद हे रब हे सास है करना निद मेरी अब मेरी अब मेरी अब बेनती सुन लीजिए मेरी अब बेनती सुन लीजिए हे रब हे सास है करना निद हे रब हे सास है करना निद शास्त्रस्योत हीरान हीरान शास्त्रस्योत हीरान पीतल जूझ मरो जूझ मरो जूझ मरो साच पसाच साच पतीज जूझ मरो साच पतीज हे रब हे सास है करना निद हे रब हे सास है करना निद मेरी अब मेरी अब मेरी अब बेनती सुन लीजिए मेरी अब बेनती सुन लीजिए हे रब हे सास है करना निद हे रब हे सास है करना निद संत सहाय सदा जग माए संत सहाय सदा जग माए कृपा कर श्याम कृपा कर श्याम कृपा कर श्याम ए है बरगी जय कृपा कर श्याम ए है बरगी जय हे रब हे सास है करना निद हे रब हे सास है करना निद मेरी अब मेरी अब मेरी अब बेनती सुन लीजिए मेरी अब बेनती सुन लीजिए हे रब हे सास है करना निद हे रब हे सास है करना निद हे रब हे सास है करना निद हे रब हे सास है करना गुरबाणी गावे पाई गुरबाणी गावे पाई गुरबाणी गावे पाई गुरबाणी गावे ओ सफल सदा सुखदाई ओ सफल सदा सुखदाई गुरबाणी गावे पाई गुरबाणी गावे पाई गुरबाणी गावे गुरबाणी गावे पाई गुरबाणी गावे ओ सफल सदा सुखदाई ओ सफल सदा सुखदाई गुरबाणी गावे पाई गुरबाणी गावे पाई गुरबाणी गावे पूरा पूरी कीनी बख्श अपनी कार दीनी गुर पूरा पूरी कीनी बख्श अपनी कार दीनी बख्श अपनी कार दीनी गुरबाणी गावे पाई गुरबाणी गावे पाई गुरबाणी गावे ओ सफल सदा सुखदाई ओ सफल सदा सुखदाई गुरबाणी गावे पाई गुरबाणी गावे आनंद सुख पाया था सगले सुखी बसाया नित आनंद सुख पाया था सगले सुखी बसाया हाँ सगले सुखी बसाया गुरबाणी गावे पाई गुरबाणी गावे पाई गुरबाणी गावे ओ सफल सदा सुखदाई ओ सफल सदा सुखदाई गुरबाणी गावे पाई गुर ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਗਾਵੇ हर की भगत फल दाती 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 गुरपूरै कृपा कर दीनी बिरला के नहीं जाती गुरपूरै कृपा कर दीनी बिरला के नहीं जाती बिरला के नहीं जाती गुरबानी गावे पाई गुरबानी गावे पाई गुरबानी गावे आवो सिख सतगुर के प्यारे गावो सच्ची बानी आवो सिख सतगुर के प्यारे गावो सच्ची बानी बाणी ता गावो गुरु केरी बानी आसिर बानी बाणी ता गावो गुरु केरी बानी आसिर बानी गुरबानी गावे पाई गुरबानी गावे पाई गुरबानी गावे ओ सफल सदा सुखदाई ओ सफल सदा सुखदाई गुरबानी गावे पाई गुरबानी गावे पाई गुरबानी गावे नानक नाम ते आया पूरब लिखया पाया नानक नाम ते आया पूरब लिखया पाया पूरब लिखया पाया गुरबानी गावे पाई 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 गुरबानी गावे
ਬੋਲੇ ਸੋ ਨਿਹਾਲ
ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ
I'm delighted that the Midlands Circuit has been able to host this event in association with Sikhs in Law and in association with Number 5 Chambers. If anybody needed to see a room where unity reigned supreme, they would just have to look at this floor this evening. It's wonderful to see you all here, and wonderful to be able to celebrate with you all. But events like this don't just happen. There has been, as you will anticipate, a great deal of organisation which has gone into it. And therefore it is right that we must thank the Midland Circuit Administrator, Michelle Francis, who has been working tirelessly behind the scenes, together with the Circuit Junior, Philip Vollens, and of course the Committee of Sikhs in Law. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We hope to see you again very soon. And I leave you with a request that you stay, eat, and that you enjoy yourselves. Thank you very much indeed.